lights, camera, action. When y'all see this book, y'all know it's about to go down. So in today's video, you know, we're gonna be talking about how to master international flying. Yo, know the airport protocol, simply because, for example, a place like London, they have liquid restrictions, and now Paris has bumped it up, and Paris is starting to have liquid restrictions as well. But when it comes to London, like, I think it's a quart-sized bag. Don't exactly hold me to it, but your liquids have to fit in that. So that's really difficult for a girly girl like me. So what I have found if I'm flying London, because I actually really love to fly London, I've realized, because they have great vegan food out there, and I love to go to M&S grocery store. I worked a flight about a month and a half ago now, where we worked to London and then we ferried the flight back. There were no passengers on board coming back, so it was so cool. I got to like cook in the galley for my crew. What I found works for me with London is, let's say I'm bringing bottles like this, I will make sure, like, let's say I need alcohol or I need a lotion or something like that. When I'm going there, it could be 3/4 or at the half mark, and then when I'm going home, it's empty. And I know we might say lotion is not a liquid, but in London, cream, everything, thick custard kind of stuff is considered a liquid. Because I actually flew with a new hire maybe about 6 months ago, and he got the trip, like, he picked it up. When we were leaving, he had liquids that were this size, even this size, and this is my favorite lotion. But the point is, this, if by the time you put one of these in a quart-sized bag, or this might not even fit in there, by the time you put one of them in there, you don't have room for other stuff. So he had to get rid of so much stuff. And you know, as a new hire, when you're starting out, like, your coins might be kind of funny, and you don't got time to be throwing away your $7 lotion. The next thing that I have here is to use all your resources when it comes to international flying. So if you are a flight attendant with the airline that I work for, we know that we can go and look at the specific type of aircraft, the destination that we're traveling to, whether it's transoceanic, and you can see if it's a crew of this many or this many or this many, what potential positions could be available, what the duties of those positions are, and you're able to go in and see a service flow. Now granted, you might not memorize every single thing, but even if you had to take a sticky note and jot down certain elements of the service to make sure that, okay, well, I know when we get to the air, we do, you know, waters and cutlery, and then we transition into, you know, beverage service and XYZ. That way you're not just like a deer in headlights. And I hope that you would have a great crew, but sometimes these flight attendants don't want to help you, or they feel like you should show up prepared. Now, you might not have learned that in training, and it's not your fault, but sometimes people have this fear of flying international. But my thoughts on it are that we, you know, even as babies, we learn through repetition. So you have to do something repeatedly for you to actually get good at it, or maybe you just come on and you just know everything. I mean, you rare, but I ain't gonna hold you, you might. So ultimately utilize the resources so that you seem a little bit knowledgeable. But again, I know for me, I'm a visual learner, so I see something and it's one and done. I see it once, boom, I got it. To piggyback off of something being one and done, me being a visual learner, I am not purser qualified, but I have been escalated to purser enough times that I should be purser qualified. But I ultimately decided not to apply for it, because in doing the math and the breakdown on it, it would just negate my seniority. And at this point, like, I have really great seniority. I'm less than 50% in the base that I'm in. I'm no longer on reserve days, and the list goes on. So it's giving real senior mama over here. No, I'm joking. But it's it just wouldn't work for me. I don't mind sometimes the escalation to purser. It just depends, like, because when you're a purser, if you're escalated to the B position, which is in the main cabin, you have to take first break both ways, and maybe I want second break, and especially if I'm the most senior person. So that's how it works with the company that I work for. The most senior person on the trip would get escalated to purser, which has been me more than a handful of times. And you do get a difference in pay, but it's not much to you know, make you want to hustle and bustle over. But essentially, I have worked with enough main cabin pursers and seen things that I like, things that I didn't like, things that I feel could be better or whatever, just kind of do my own thing. By utilizing the resources, if you were to get escalated, you wouldn't feel like a deer in the headlights, like a fish out of water. So what I do is actually travel with sticky notes. I travel with a Sharpie marker, and I go into the galley if I am escalated to the purser in the main cabin, and I label the whole galley. So that way other flight attendants know exactly what is where. And I'm a very neat person. I clean, like we have Lysol wipes on there, and we also have like this little thing you can clean the bathroom. It's like a little like kind of Swiffer, if you will, and I put the Lysol pad on there. I'll clean the whole galley down and ask that people please keep the galley clean, because ultimately this is our workspace. This is the only space that we have on the aircraft, and so I'm gonna treat it like I treat my house. I'm gonna treat it really good. I'm gonna keep it clean. If you're just a main cabin FA, and when in doubt, just mimic what the other side is doing or the other person is doing. If you see someone passing out earphones, or rather headsets, eye mask, go and pick up a bin and do the same thing. Like, you can't be looked at crazy if you're doing the same thing. And even during the flight, just go get a bag and pick up trash. Like, ain't nobody ever gonna say you're being lazy if you picking up trash. For the first time ever, and this is wild, but for the first time ever, I actually was in crew rest the other day, and I was coming back from Ghana. That flight was 10 hours and 54 minutes, so our breaks were 4 hours. And I knew I was going to sleep. I was on the second break. I knew I was going to sleep. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of meditation music and chakra healing music. And so what I did is, when I went down to the bunk, and definitely do this, clean it. I always just wipe it down. You obviously clean it as much as you can. You can also travel with your, because I have this like I have a travel size sheet set, and it has like a pillow cover and everything like that, so you can utilize that down in the space. Clean that space so it feels good and your energy is in there now, because obviously, you know, your crew resting area is a shared space, but clean it so it feels good. And then I have my little Palo Santo spray, and I just, you know, I was like, ah. But for the first time ever, you guys, I put my headphones in and I listened to this relaxing meditation music. I must have fell asleep in 5 minutes. It was amazing. It was so amazing. It was serene. It was beautiful. And I actually set my alarm to wake me up 40 minutes prior, because I knew then I would set it again to wake me up 25 minutes prior. And so I always get up, and this is definitely how you master international flying. Don't stay in your crew resting area until the very last minute. Get up, refresh yourself, restore yourself. I got up. So I always go, when I go to sleep, I do my what do you call it, my headscarf, and I lay in such a way like my makeup doesn't get messed up. But I also use like products that are long lasting for, you know, long flights and stuff like that, hydrate the skin. I always refresh my makeup in my crew resting area. It just is what works for me. I already have my bag with me, my makeup and so on and so forth, so I refresh. And then I obviously have to do my lip gloss and stuff like that later, but like my face, I refresh in the crew resting area, because I gotta do my lip gloss after the fact of brushing my teeth. But yeah, I get up, like, I mean, just that meditation music had me feeling so freaking good. It was like I was literally in the clouds. I mean, y'all, I was literally in the clouds, but I felt like I was on a cloud. So just brought me back to there right now, mentally just feeling so good about that. Also, in terms of choosing your crew resting break, like for us, it's obviously seniority driven. I like to choose the first, I used to choose the second break going and the first break coming back. And I tend to still try to do that if I'm flying Europe, because I like to bring my food with me. And so this is definitely how you master international flying. Bring your food. I'm telling you, like, over time, I'm not trying to be judgmental, but over time, that food, you don't need to be putting that in your body constantly if you're flying these international flights. Nah, bring your food. Here's a tip. Bring your food. Go grocery shopping in the area that you're laying over at, and then cook your food on the way back. It's what I do, and it is so great. I will actually include some video pictures of meals that I've made on the plane to give you guys some inspo. Just want to like have something fresh that you know how it's been made and you know what's in it. I encourage you to make your own food, whether it's a salad, it's pasta. I've made mushrooms, broccoli, I've baked stuff. I'm cooking, okay, on my break. When I get to my destination, I like to nap upon arrival. One thing's for sure, two things for certain, I'm never getting to a destination and going right out. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not self-care for me. That's not like, y'all know my self-care is here. You can't see it, right? Yeah, it's just that high. Like, when I think about my highest self, my level of self-care, we're not playing about that. So I'm gonna get my rest. I'm gonna go right to my room. I'm gonna pull the curtains, make it dark, spray my Palo Santo spray again, pray over my room, take my shower, get in my bed, and mind my business. I'm gonna drink water and mind my business. Okay, that is pretty much all I have for this video. If this changes one person's life or helps one person, I know I've fulfilled my purpose. So in the meantime, in between time, until you see me again, make sure you continue to stay beautiful, let your light shine, let nothing or no one stop you from growing, glowing, and flying international. You deserve it. Take care of you.